What's going on, YouTube? Today we're going to be looking at the Lost chapter for Kimahri. Now, I know that we were supposed to look at Barrett next, but it's okay because this is also another Lost chapter that's going to be in the series, and this Lost chapter is a little more difficult, I would say, than other Lost chapters. I don't know if it's because I don't have the characters in general for this type of LC, or just because I'm trash, but I'm gonna say that I don't have the characters. This one also, to me, is a slight sneak peek as to what Lufenia could look like, just because of this enemy right here, the Osteoavis. But our main problems today are gonna be those two and the mother weeds with the baby weeds. Their elemental resistances are pretty weak, you know, fire, ice, water, and holy. Their main problems are Impale, which is just a singular HP attack, but it inflicts a poison and speed down debuffs. Now, the problem with the poison is not that bad. It's mainly the speed down. The speed down gives them more terms to stack bravery. These guys only function off bravery. So if they don't have bravery, they always go for a munch. If they have bravery, they'll always go for Impale. What you want to do is try to take out these guys first, I would say, and then go for Mother Weed. My team, you'll see, has a lot of AoE damage, so it doesn't really matter. Going back to Mother Weed, her other problems are Prickly Pummel, group melee bravery with HP attack. This can end you really quickly, and these, to me, these are her biggest problems. The Fetid Breath and Base Boosted Breath. Fetid Breath is just group magic bravery attack, but it gives you blind, speed down, and poison. Speed down and blind are literally the bane of my existence, because speed down makes it so that knocked doesn't always get a guarantee with its follow-ups with the plus versions, and blind makes it so that you don't hit in the first place. You miss an attack and it could potentially be the whole run right there. And then base boosted is what it sounds like. It's just a beefier version of the bravery attack with 2 more ailments, attack down and defense down. You don't want attack down because this can make you hard stop right at the first wave. When you take out her minions, she does photosynthesis, which grants HP regen and raises speed so that she can get this turn off for assembly jump, and then summons her little hash minions back. Motherly Love is the move she uses for her allies, which gets defense up, attack up, and bravery regen. This right here, the Osteoavises, to me, because I started back in June, are probably the hardest Lost Chapter enemies I've fought in so far, and I don't know what it is about them, but End Ball is the main death threat you want to look out for, because it scales with Thunderous Roar, because it increases their initial brave, and to them, when they use End Ball, they increase their bravery when bravery is less than initial brave, so they essentially battery themselves for the startup of their move, and then they use 1 bravery attack, which can do 999 damage on top of their battery, and then do the HP attack. They'll have a base bravery of, like, I don't know, 5k when they start off, and then if they have Thunderous Roar plus, they'll probably be like around 12k on top of whatever they get from that bravery damage they do from you. So this move can essentially one-shot you. It almost does if you get broken, and then there's 2 of them, so this will absolutely one-shot after the second Thunderous Roar. Talon and Talon Plus are the main threats here. Claw is just a basic claw. Talon and Talon Plus are 2 hitting moves, I believe, that once they attack and break you, if they're next again, because they have a high turn rate, they immediately go for Fang, which is just a 1-turn melee attack that just completely ends you, because most likely they have enough bravery to kill you. I'm not going to go through all of this, but they have different breaths. Wind and Ice are the only ones that give debuffs. Wind gives defense and attack. Ice gives speed. On their plus versions, they have follow-ups with HP attacks. Firestorm is same thing, but no debuffs. Spirit Pulse is their other magic bravery attack. I recommend a team that's going to be played around mainly debuffs, because this right here, the speed down, is really crippling. Dragoness Combo is a 2-hitting attack that they don't specify here, and when they do this move, this grants a lot of what I call their limit. They have like a little bar underneath them that indicates when they're going to go for an End Ball, and it also gives them an attack up and initial brave up buff. This is a nasty attack, even though it has no HP attack components with them. But I think this is the move right here. These passives right here are the ones that are preview to Lufenia, because reduces bravery damage taking, makes them so incredibly tanky. When I tell you that not even my Noct can do 999 damage once they get to Thunder Sword Plus, I'm not even joking you. Now, my strategy for these guys are going to be a range team, and Lena is sort of the main savior of this entire team. You would think it's Noctis, but it's really Lena, because in Lena's kit, she gives the Windrake Blessing buff, which makes it so that the odds of us getting debuffed are a lot less. And let me tell you, there is an RNG factor to it, but it saves us way more often than not. So thank God I pulled for Lena when her banner came by, because she was 100% worth it. But now we're quickly going to go into her spheres. And then her arts. She wants to prioritize initial rate, but I got lazy. And we're also putting in Fran for two reasons. One is going to be the debuff cleanse for the beginning round so that we can get rid of the mob rolls quicker. And also for the second round, she complements Noct really well because she gives a range imperil, which makes them do more damage on top of her and Lena. Lena, not so much, it's necessary because she's support. But for Fran, she does really good damage. And for Noct, he's going to be capping almost all the time. These are her spheres. And the other thing I forgot to mention too is that she complements really well with both of these because Len is giving her a passive battery so that her HP attack hits harder. And she complements with Noct really well because he does a lot of attacks, which gets her VR stacks up really quickly. And can do AoE, which also helps her a lot get her stacks to 5. For the Prince himself, pure damage. Let's look at his spheres really quickly. And then his arts. Alrighty, and for this one we're going to bring Ifrit because of the damage scaling. We're going to have Noctis so beefy. Alright, so for these guys, the Mother Weed always buffs the little minions, so we're not going to use a whip kick first, we're just going to use HP attack to get the stacks up. At least one level on everybody. Noctis is going to go for a shooting star. And then Lena gets to go twice. So we want that Windrake's Blessing off so that we can avoid the debuffs and a rapid fire off. So now everyone has the 5 stacks. This is why Fran really likes both of them. But both of these minions are going to go for Lena. We have nothing that can really battery the team. So we're just going to go for an HP attack here. She's probably going to get broken, which is okay. Here, we should have gotten debuffed, but we didn't. And this can happen during this. We got very lucky, so... If you ever can get a dodge, praise the gods. Alright, now for this one... Since Fran's going to go for a whip kick, we can focus. We can go for B. And now we go for whip kick. Get all these nasty buffs out the way for the enemy. We can get them all off. We can get them all off if we target one, but we mainly want it off her. For this one, they're going to go for Fran and Lena. So I'm going to play a little defensive here. Go for a bravery. And then for Noct here, we can go for Warp Strike Plus. We tank that pretty well. We should easily tank this. Oh, see? We get really lucky. Very lucky. We're gonna go for HP attack. Keeping in mind that they're both going for Noct here. So... He has bravery. What we're gonna go for is a shooting star plus. Good damage. And now we hear that Conjure Armor gears up. But for here... B is actually gonna go for an attack on all of us, so we're gonna play it safe. We're gonna HP attack and HP attack. Now, hopefully we don't get too debuffed. So only Noctis got blind and poison. Again, we could have all gotten it. So we're very lucky, but we're also not lucky. Because if not, now I can't really go for Conjure Armor unless I'm feeling really ballsy. Because if I miss an EX. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so here we're going to go for Feral Strike. Reset her Aerial Archer buff. Her Shatter Heart is up. Now, the Windrake is still up. What we're going to go for here is a Rapid Fire. Now, we can't really trust Rapid Fire just because of this. She hit like a billion times, but it's all RNG based. Now, this is very, very risky. But I'm going to go for it. He has the Blind Imperil. So we got really lucky and hit that. That's really fortunate for us, like super fortunate. But this is also why you want a cleanser, or a true cleanser. Lena's like a makeshift cleanser because of the Windrake. But here we can get some good damage. I think we can kill C because of the damage from Armiger. Actually, no, that's a lot of life. He went for Impale, but he's missing too. I think we're all a little blind in this lobby right now. But we can burn a turn with the set warp from Armiger. Now again, this gets really, really nerve-wracking here because I don't want to use my plus ability, so I'm going to go for HP attack. And we missed. So he double missed, which is really, really unfortunate, but it's okay. Now, all three of these are going to attack on the next turn. And they're all attacking everybody at different attacks. So we're gonna go for a Bravery attack and play it safe here. So we can tank that. No reset on the defense drop. He's gonna go for Lena. No defense drop. Oh, so he did get the buff off, the debuff off. So let me look really quickly. He got the speed drop, which is fine because I'd rather take the speed drop than the blind debuff. So now we're gonna go for another HP attack. We didn't break there, which is kind of sad, but we're gonna fix it up here. Alright, nice. Once we get one out of the way, it starts to snowball pretty easily. We're actually going to go for A here. We landed the hit, but we might miss this one. Nope, we got them both. So it's go big or go home when it comes to that one. That's a pure gamble. B's going to go for a buff on itself, so I'm going to go for a HP attack. So now I know we can take it out before it can summon the minions again. So we're just going to do some damage here. So again, we're in that scary scenario again. We're going to go for an HP attack. We missed. And now Fran needs to pick up the slack. So she's going to go for a Feral Strike. And she got Shadowheart back up. We're going to go for Windrake to reset for the wave that's coming up. We're not going to kill here, but that's okay. We also batteried Fran. No debuff there, thankfully. She's going to go for a really big attack here. So I'm actually going to go for another Feral Strike. And now Noct is done with his curse, thankfully. But now we get to the real meat of the video. So my strategy is going to be to take out one as low as possible while doing damage to the other, but not bringing it so that all the debuffs come on. So we don't want their passives to trigger too early, is what I really want to say. Now I want to go for Shadowheart, but we don't have Shadowheart Plus, so we're going to go for a Whip Kick. Also, I made Fran use her default, not the paid one, because I wasn't feeling pretty today. I wanted her Oh, we lost the stacks. That's a big no-no. So we need to get his Armiger stacks up. So what we're actually going to do is go for the Steel Pirouette. Yeah, I wanted Frame to be fierce today, so I made her wear the traditional one. So B and A, this little bar here indicates that they're going to go for an end ball. So what we're going to do is bravery attack. So this is the weakest end ball that they have. Now we're going to go for... Ooh. It's tempting to go to Conjure Armiger. Yeah, we'll go for it. And we'll go for it on A. Just so we can get the pushback. So B wants to attack. I don't think she can break him with this HP attack, but we're going to go for it. Oh, nice. Thankfully she did. And she gets to go again. Fran has 2 turns, so we're going to go for Shadowheart here. No fear. Good beefy damage. They're still relatively close, but we want to target B. We're gonna go for... She does not get to go after this. So I'm gonna go for an HP attack. Fran gets 1 more turn after this. So we're gonna go for an HP attack. And then a bravery attack. Alright, so now we have to do as much damage as we possibly can, because we don't want them to end ball again. So we're actually going to go for a whip kick. Max damage, good stuff, Fran. Also resets their debuffs. So the first Thundering Roar is off. So he is... normally if it's not Noctis, you would notice very quickly this type of bravery buff they just gave themselves, but because Noctis is so strong right now because of his Will of the Prince boost as well as his fears, he doesn't even notice it. Let's see, they're both going for Noct, so I'm gonna actually go for a Windrake here. So Spirit Pulse, this can give a potential debuff, but usually it's only when you get broken. So here, unfortunately, we have to play kinda safe. Well, not really safe, but I don't want him to get broke. So we're gonna go for a Reverie. Ooh, Dragoness. So that's a really strong one that gives them the buff. And now what we're gonna do is go for Feral Strike here. So they're both going to go for an attack here. I'm going to go for a bravery attack. Because they also gain more bar if they break you. So A's going to go, but we have... We kind of have to play it safe again. But I don't feel like doing that. We can take this. Because it's not an HP attack. The only thing is that, see the difference right here? He's just much closer to the next end ball. So we're gonna go for Shatter. So his Thundering Roar is up now. Now, we're actually gonna summon very soon. Because we want to bring him down enough so that a summon plus a BT will take him out, and then we can go straight to working on A, because this is way easier with one enemy. So they're going to go for Fran, I'm going to go for an HP attack. Nice. So we got lucky again. Now we still have Steel Pirouettes up, but Lena doesn't come up for another good couple rounds, so we're going to go for a Warp Streak here. And the good thing is that Armiger is up. So what I'm actually going to do is go for a whip kick here. recovery. Actually go for 2 of them. So that this comes back up so we can push A back. And then go for an HP. Also keeping in mind that B now has N ball. Now this can get really nasty, but we're gonna skip right now. Because here you'd have to be super defensive. This would get really nasty because Fran had no bravery, and this would do a lot of damage. So our supreme focus right now is gonna be the left. Yeah, because now he has Thundering War Plus. Now he's like on par with like a Lufenia enemy, in my opinion. He's so tanky. Watch, look how much Brave Phoenix does. It was doing 3k. And then you can also notice it with Fran too. She's doing 7k. Now 4.7 here. So here I'm gonna go for Shooting Star. And now we're gonna go for a Rapid Fire. I want damage for her. And then Shatterheart will send A back so Noct can go again, and then we're gonna burst. It's actually really perfect Fran got EX here, because this was like as much damage as she could possibly do. But let's do it. So now we're gonna go for Armiger again. And yeah, see, Noct is doing 6k right now. That's how tanky this guy is. We're gonna go for... We want Shooting Stars. The Shooting Stars do more for the team than a Warp Strike. So we're not gonna be able to kill before we get to the final attack of his burst, but that's okay. Because we now can use Steel Pirouette, which should give us multiple turns for the whole team. Now we go for the Legacy of the Lucy, or the Lucy? Now, unfortunately, it did not kill. Nice, she tanked that, which is humongous. But we now have Noct's passive kicking in, so we're gonna go for Shooting Star. So here, we're not gonna use the HP attack because the wall splat is gonna kill. So here we're going to keep using the Wind Drakes here so we can get Noct's passive to do a lot more damage. Oh, or a Rush. Totally forgot. And now his Thundering Roar Plus is up. But we're going to go for... We'll go for a Warp Strike here. And then for Fran, we're going to go for Feral Strike. She still has one more turn after this. And for Lena, we're going to go for Brave Phoenix because Fran can still go one more time. It makes Noctis' follow-up extra beefy. And now we'll go for Whip Kick. The pushback is great because now we can use Steel Pirouette again. We're gonna go for a Rapid Fire. We don't have to play safe because we know Noct can use Steel Pirouette. So what I'm actually gonna do here is go for a Whip Kick recovery. and I'm gonna go for Shatter. Now this is very dangerous because he gets to go twice if he gets his move off. We're going straight for it right now. I'm gonna do this like how I did Dimensions End. Alright, so he has 2 turns. What I'm gonna do is, I would go for Arminger, but we get 1 free turn here that we can do extra damage. So now we can do it. And we get to push him back. But we're gonna actually do Shooting Star here. Now Lena gets to go twice, so what we're gonna do is Wind Drake. She gets to go again. We're gonna Rapid Fire here. And what we're gonna do here is actually C65. And we're gonna bank it all on this shot right now. Nice. So yeah, to me, the way I see this team comp was that it was still powerful. To me, this is a potential Lufania team because we still had plenty of moves left, and we didn't struggle too much. We did blow both Burst and Summon, but we didn't even have a teammate yet. So yeah, I wanted to put this video out just because I feel like there's gonna be people out there struggling with this challenge, and I wanted you guys to see what team I picked. But thank you so much for joining me today, and on the next video I will actually be looking at Barret. Peace.